Wait, what? Oh, God. Why? What? Okay, I think I did it. Found new one. Okay, what if I close this out? Activate. Hey, alright. Remove source. There we are. I don't know if I'm actually going to play that. Do I have a token? Do I? I do have a draft token. I was just looking at it. It's the vintage one? Why not? I actually like this one. It's the only draft I've ever liked in this game so far. Doesn't mean I'm good at it. Oh, the One Ring. Ooh. Balance is funny. Oh, man. You can go in so many different routes and directions here. Go in a lot of directions. Containment Priest stops all that dumb stuff. I'm going to take the One Ring. Keeps me open. Oh, the very... Deathrite Shaman's good. I need fetch lands, though. Huh. I really want Teferi. Get lost. I don't know what I can lighten in tutor. Guess I could take the binding for now. Probably not play a Toxic Deluge. I don't like any of these. I can find something to do with Elegant Parlor. Elegant Jewel. Coveted Jewel, I mean. Or is this Bobble? We have Leyline Binding. A Braid is pretty good, and so is this. So is this. I think a Braid is slightly better. Well, you have to get those pieces. I don't know. I tried to blitz it last time and I didn't get it. Every time I try to go into some kind of combo thing, I never get all the pieces. I also never really get the power 9. I think I had a Mox Jet once. It doesn't matter, we're going to lose 3 times in a row. I like the Containment Priest, actually. I do like this. I do like this Triumph for the binding, though. Maybe the Priest is too specific. Let's just take the land. It's the same with anything, though, right? It's like, oh man, Rest in Peace is good, but you need Rest in Peace when you need it. Deathrite Shaman is another way to go against graveyards. I don't like anything else here except maybe this land, which is not that great. I'm going to take the Deathrite Shaman. Well, it's not a hate card, though. Containment Priest is like a hate card. The One Ring is like not a hate card. This works. This helps me find triomes. Ooh. It wheeled. I'm gonna say this is just slightly better at some point. Maybe. Okay. Field of the Dead, that's funny. Still no fetch land. There's Show and Tell, there's Flash, Reanimate. Wow. Shoot. I could take Show and Tell. I do have the One Ring at the very least. It's not really that exciting. I do like this Triome if I get a fetch land. Reanimate sets up some good stuff. I guess I have black mana. I think Reanimate's maybe easier to use than Show and Tell. Can also reanimate my opponent's cards. You think Field of the Dead? A game's lasting that long? That seems crazy to me. It seems nuts. No, I don't like this. Especially when you only have one copy in your deck. Can't find it. Haven't seen Primeval Titan. I think I'm going to take Reanimate, because it can go against opponents trying to reanimate something. I can steal their card. Especially if I discard or counter something they cast. Whereas Show and Tell is, I'm not in a, like, crazy symmetrical position with it. I think I'd take the Talisman. I think we take the Talisman, yeah. Reman's interesting. Still don't have that much black going on. I don't really like Duress. I like swords. Ooh, I like swords. Actually, I like... Oh, man, I like a lot of this pack. Oh, no. Alright, well, I'm going to take the swords. Yeah, that's no contest. Could take Absent. Lorien Revealed. Ooh, Lorien Revealed's a way to find lands. Triomes. Yeah, I need this. I think. I do like Absent, though I just need that. Oh, there's a wheel. Rexage? This is interesting. I actually kind of like this here. This could be useful. Yeah, I actually like this. Bro, where are the fetch lands? Or the dual lands? Or the power 9? Phalia can reset the One Ring. It can also get rid of Animate Dead. And Necromancy. Yeah. Not really a Mother of Runes kind of deck. Oh, I like the Consult, I guess. Fast Bond is nuts. I'm not a Fast Bond deck, though. I think Fast Bond's good. I mean, I have green sources. This could be fast. Bondingly. More Graveyard Hate. Tear Asunder's fine, though, I guess. There's plenty of things to tear asunder. Wow, Show and Tell wheeled. Wow, no one's banking on, like, any combo nonsense. 1, 2, 3. I don't have the lands for Field of the Dead. I do not have the lands for Field of the Dead. I'm gonna take the Show and Tell and hope something happens with it. I like the Might. There's a lot of things to naturalize. Oslet Pride's interesting. Alright, let's take the Pride. If we like fast Baan, I suppose we also like exploration. Though this blue-white land is actually pretty solid here. I'm going to take the exploration. We have the one ring, maybe draw a ton of cards. Oh, the absent wield. Maybe Tarmogoyf? Well, why not? Put it in the pile. I guess nobody's in green-white. Or really green, actually. Well, counterspell's nice. No. Oh, there's a fetch land. There's a reanimate target, but I don't have a wait. Oh, it's also a show and tell target. Oh no! But the fetch land. Okay, we're gonna find big things. I have faith in finding something big. How do I not? I need a fetch land. It's not even close. I need more than one fetch land, honestly. But that Archon is nice with the reanimate and the show and tell. But just hope I find something dumb later. Yeah, we did pass the Tundra, that's true. At least I think we did. Hey, another fetch land. Okay. This will probably be the last fetch land I'll see as well. Underground Sea. Another fetch land. Excellent. Wow. I think the green-red one is slightly better than the black-white one. They're both totally fine, though. I'm going to go with the green-red one, though. Okay, well, the lands fix themselves real fast. I like Bird. I don't like Wasteland. Teferi is actually really good against certain things. Necromancy, we already have Reanimate. Still looking for a giant thing, which at this point it's actually not even likely, honestly. I could literally take another fetch land. We do have Fast Spawn and Exploration. I mean, I already have Reanimate. I don't feel like Necromancy's where we're at here. I'm taking this. Yeah. Bird isn't bad, I guess. Ooh, a Tolly. Oh, and another Triome. Ice Till's good with all the fetch lands. I don't think I need Scrubland. No. I think I'm taking a Tolly. Show and Tell, Reanimate. Just something to do with those cards. Golos is funny. Savannah's a card. I like Savannah more than Golos. We have a bunch of fetch lands. You can play a Ramunap Excavator now. Monastery Mentor. A way to actually win the game. Hmm. Okay. Fetchlands Titania is a thing now. Oh, the Underground Sea though. Oh, the Underground Sea. I'm gonna just take the win condition. I feel like I'm gonna make literally 3 zombies and then like not do anything else with Field of the Dead. I This is a 40 card format. It's 40 cards. I'll take Necromancy. Why not? If I have like what 18 lands, and then after the 7th one, I make like 5. It's so unrealistic to me. I'll take the removal spell. Although Third Path is pretty. I'm gonna take the removal spell. Well, that's unfortunate. Actually, maybe no. I can't play Real Fellows, can I? I have no way to like put these 2 in the graveyard at all. It just doesn't seem like there's a way to do that. Maybe I'm not playing Wrath of God in the same deck as Monastery Mentor. Titania. Yeah, I'm probably not going to play this, unfortunately. Bankbuster seems incredibly slow. It's like, what, a 2-minute 5/5? Exile target. Hey, you know what? It is technically a loot. I'm probably never going to find a turn 2 Kavu in this deck, though. Maybe no Absent? Maybe Titania. I think I want Titania. I think. I mean, there's only 3 fetch lands, right? Oh no, there's 4. There's 4. There's 4. Resources about making a cube? No. Not really. I like vintage cube. I don't have any like resources for it. Hmm. Well, I guess my favorite cube is probably Popper. You just put a pile of commons and, but you kind of have to just stick to one color so it's cohesive, especially the less mental effort. We played mono white Popper cube. That was fun. All right, I think I'm gonna take out Go for the throat. I'm been staring at this too long. All right, send it. I'm not burning too many neurons on this thing. I just want to spend the draft token. Okay, well, surely nothing can go wrong with a hand like this. There is no reason to play the island and take a damage. Just play it next turn. Alright, now we're just hoping our opponent is some kind of reanimate deck. So I can do something. Alright, well they don't seem to know what to get, so I'm going to assume that's a good sign. Yeah, I'm going to need more than... Okay, that was probably the worst possible draw in my entire deck. I'll keep it in my hand. How was this not instantaneous? How do you have options here? Opponent, I guarantee you it's not hard. There you go. I guarantee you. Well. Cool. Amazing. I guess I'll leave up the Felio. Yeah, I'll just leave up Felio. Oh, and I guess also Leyline Binding. That's fine. And the Eternal Dragon. Leaving up the whole roster here. I guess I could have just played this. I don't know. I think Felio's fine. It's probably going to be necessary if they cast, like, Necromancy this turn. You may discard a land instead if you do... What? Oh, they did. Okay. I was about to say, what's going on here? Urza's Bauble. You may discard a land instead, and they got rid of a swamp. Okay. It's weird to play this and then not do anything with it. I can't use this, right? Oh, alright. There's a pretty good chance I'm not cycling Lorien Revealed. Alright, well my opponent's almost out of cards, and they haven't really done anything. That's the anticipate thing? Okay, more interaction. Interesting. So, Talisman, tap land. I haven't seen like a win condition yet. That's technically a win condition, in some degree. It can steal my talisman, I guess. Fortunately, I don't lose the universe because of that. Do I have 2 blue? Of course I don't. They can just snuff this out. It's pretty tragic for me. I mean, it has Eternalize. It does have Eternalize. I can do it again. I literally can cast it twice. It's a threat. My opponent has to kill it twice. That surely is correct, right? They also probably shouldn't snuff out right now. Should go to their turn first. See what they draw. Opponent just mindlessly snuffs out anyways. Okay. Oh, wait, no. They thought about it. They did the right thing. Wait. Target? Non-black. Huh. That's a bit odd. Am I cycling the... Well, what is cycling even doing? It's finding a land that doesn't do anything. Might as well just chill with it. Hull Breacher. If an opponent would draw a card except the first one they draw... Sure. You can Eternalize... only as a sorcery, right? It casts it, like, as a creature? Yeah, okay. Alright, it's an LED deck. Echo of Aeons. Each player shuffles their hand library into their thing. Then draws 7. Is there any reason to cast this right now? I don't think so. They didn't crack LED first. Seems like a little bit of a mistake. I feel like that's actually a major mistake. You're supposed to crack it in response to the Echo. Don't really get it. I drew a bunch of lands. That's cool. I can cycle this Triome. Although it is my second blue source, so maybe I'm not doing that. Do I have anything to go with... I don't. Alright, fine. I need to draw something. I have to... Okay, well, I mean, that counts. That also actually kind of counts. Let's play a land first, and then this, and then cast Exploration. This also lets me cast Necromancy. Sure. Can still Necromancy. I don't think I'm going to do it right now, though. I'd rather have Necromancy in a turn where I can, like, use it with a different spell. Flashback is 3. So they don't like their hand. They don't like their hand. I'm going to do this so I don't draw whatever this can find. Which is that? Yeah, I don't want to draw that. I don't see a reason to cycle this. It doesn't actually do anything. Alright, well that was a very strange use of Echo of Aeons. I'm in the hard cast Atali department. Sure. What else has been truly exiled? Just the Echo of Aeons? So like the Snuff Out and the other things. Times for exile. Each player shuffles their hand and draws 7. What are you doing? What is 5-Pundit doing? Okay, they're wheeling again. Where's the, like, what do you do when you're doing this? Like, what's the payoff here? They just found a new 7. Fire Nation. Enters make a 2/2 a fire. Okay. I suppose I'll attempt to exile that. I can literally target it twice. Oh yeah, the Hull Breacher. I suppose with all those wheels would be infinite mana. That is true. I didn't actually mentally register that. Whenever you cast a spell during your opponent's turn, make a 2/2. I'm going to assume, with fair degree of confidence, my opponent is not going to wheel the 5th time this game. So... let's play that, play this, and I guess the actual real land? It is the 3rd time they've cast Fatal Push. Of course. I guess I should play it. Okay, well that's why I kept the swords. Still losing though. Is there a creature in... That's the only creature? How do you have more stuff? Please! Okay, we're good. Apparently. Does this even find a land? Oh, it does. Okay. I actually had a land in there. If I had Shaman at some point, I could have attacked these removal spells that they've cast 5 times. And then maybe did something. Alright, I have to cast this. There's no not casting this. I'm just simply dying, so... Or my opponent just has Force of Will. Yep, they just also have Force of Will, because why not? It only makes sense. Okay. Yep, you got it. You got it. I was in that game at no point. None of the wheels found Exploration Fastbond when I want it. I didn't have Deathrite Shaman. I was answered with Force of Will. I couldn't reanimate anything with all the discard. The only thing I did that game was Swords of Hullbreaker, or Hullbreacher, and I did nothing else. Didn't see Teferi, didn't draw Atali, didn't draw the Sven. All would have been perfectly fine there. Never got to cast Lorien Revealed to draw 3. And now I don't have a green land. Honestly, I don't think I'd keep this anyways. Probably not. Let's get rid of you. Rofellos with literally 1 forest. Okay. I'm not super concerned about that, honestly. Not really. I mean, I could deal with it, right? I don't... It just taps for 1. Maybe it taps for 2. I could just answer what it casts, though. Which I am vastly more concerned about. So this is a 4/4, which reveal the top card if it's a permanent in your hand. Mana. Stuff. Alright, well it goes away on its own. I don't know if I have to deal with this. They got Oko, which doesn't deal with enchantments. I have 2 ways of dealing with Oko. I don't know if the damage is worth trying to stop. It probably is. It probably is. I'm not gonna lie. It just runs away with it with damage. By the time I would deal with it. Yeah, of course. Right. Why wouldn't that happen? My Get Lost just turned into a divination for the opponent, as is tradition. Why wouldn't that happen? You let me know. Literally drew 2 cards off it. Oko's not going to do too much here. I mean, it could save me from my own 1 ring, which would be funny. It probably just makes food tokens. And then what is the -5? Exchange artifact. Yeah, I can exchange. Oh, they have their own excavator. Do they have a land? No, they don't have a fetch land. They have Titania? Still no fetch land. Oh no. I got a Twitch raid at the worst possible time. Oh no. I still have to take care of Oko. I still have to do it. I'm going to be judged by my complete inability to play Cube or Draft or anything. Let it be known, I don't know what I'm doing, but hello. Okay, well that's something. That's something. Okay, wait a minute. Hold on. We might actually be playing the game for the third match here. Might actually be doing something. Unless my opponent drew, like, exactly fetch land, I guess, would be a problem. They did not. I think I would lose if they did draw a fetch land there. Gotta crash. Well, thank you for the raid. This makes a 2/2. Alright, Atali. You know what to do. You know what time it is. It makes a 5/3 if the land dies, which I'm not blocking anyways, because I have to save to Fairy, right? Yeah. Also a game where if I had Wrath in the deck still would have been useful. I would obviously have to have drawn it. I really don't think it matters what land you target. I guarantee you it doesn't matter. There you go. I really also have no idea what Atali is going to do. I really don't know what it's going to do, but I'm going to do it. Please, something good. Okay, Kavu. Okay, I can target my opponent's graveyard now? That's pretty interesting, I suppose. Sure. Yep. If there are 4 more card types exiled with this, it gets +4/+4. Okay. They did not draw a fetch land. They did not draw a fetch land. But again, I could eat the fetch land. So. They can kill Teferi, but they can't kill me. And if Titania doesn't swing, these 2/2s, when they die, turn into 5/3s. Not ideal. I would love to see Titania attack me. Wow, they're not going to even try to kill... Okay, you can have your 5/3s. You can have the 5/3s. If you're not going to kill Teferi, that... Yeah. I'll do the nummy wummies. How are you late to this? Well, yeah. I mean, it's almost over anyways. Trust me. I'm gonna play your more scheduled programming in a second. Swords. Well, that would have been good last turn, but I guess it's still okay here. I can make Atali almost completely lethal. This is a 4/4. I can flip the Atali. Nah, I can't flip it right now, though. Alright, let's just do this. I don't see a reason to not cast Fast Bond. So I'll just put it into play, I guess. And then there's very little reason to play... Well, it's a shock land, actually. There is plenty of reason to play this. Yeah. I can swing and it dies... I think I'm better off blocking. I could loot the land, sack it to a 5/3. I don't like that. I'm just going to play this tapped. Alright. Untap some stuff. This will most assuredly be a 7/7, and I have almost completely a lethal situation. On my next turn, I think. Creature, instant land. Yeah, I guess I'll just take out the... Just take that out there. Okay, so we have a triple block here, which is excellent. It's worth swordsing this, in my opinion. Alright, well now a fetch land doesn't just make infinite 5/3s if they had one. Zul'Anor. Well, that would have done it. This gains infinite life? This gains infinite life. Sack a land, you gain 2 life. Yeah, alright. So they can spam this for like 20 minutes, but I can still win with Teferi. Actually, I can absolutely just win with Teferi here. They can draw... Oh, they can make infinite mana and draw an elf or elemental off of Nissa as well, which I don't know. We'll see what it draws. It only triggers once, though. Okay, I see my opponent's entire deck, too. Renin 6, Gargaroth, Nissa, Chariot. My opponent doesn't really have another way to definitively win this game, so infinite life is their route. If I could speak to my opponent, I would tell them I'm not going to kill them with damage. But I can't obviously tell them that. So they'll just do this as long as the game will let them until they rope out, I guess. Atali has Infect. What does bossing say? Why does that make infinite? What are you talking about? Does it get trample? No. Doesn't get trample. Atali's indestructible. Can they can infinitely earthbend one land over and over to make it infinitely large, and then I can't kill them with Atali, in fact. But it doesn't have trample, so I could block with Atali. Okay, my opponent just didn't keep going. Which I suppose is reasonable. I do die to that situation, though. 1, 2... No, I now do not die... Well, wait a minute. No, I have to leave up all my land. I have to leave up the exile. I have to leave up the exile now. Okay, so we're winning quite significantly. I'm not dead on the crackback. Let's just swing like this. Oh, no, wait, we just talked about this. My opponent has displayed infinite life. I'm not going to swing. I'm going to honor the fact that my opponent has infinite life. So, just swing with this to loot the reanimate? I'm going to respect the infinite life. How many lands do they have? 6? I gotta leave up 6 mana sources? Okay. Do that with this. Well, that's interesting. Do I have a land for this? I might not. Oh, I do. I'm not gonna cast any of this. I could cast this, but I'd rather just leave up the lands so they can't repeatedly do the thing. Because I have the Curator in my hand. Or in play. So now they can't reasonably sack and also reanimate things. I don't have to tear asunder it. I could. I don't have to. All I really have to do is stop bossing Say specifically. I could also blow them out by interacting with the fast spawn after they sack too many lands. Because they can actually do it with just 2 lands. Oh, they can't do it with 1 land, though. They can't do it with one land. Okay, we can do this one more time. Okay. So, they'll probably concede to the Tear Asunder. They can't do anything in response, right? Oh, they just got rid of it. They just got rid of it. Okay. The boss thing says gone now. There's no Earthbend. Maybe they didn't see it, or they just assumed it was not going to work, which is a safe assumption. Okay, I can't exile the last land, so they could gain infinite life with the last land. That's fine. But again, I said I would already respect that. There's no fancy mana situation to do with this land, right? No, I don't think so. Alright, there's no bossing say. We can swing with lethal poison. And if my opponent does this till they rope out, that's fine. I mean, that's their prerogative, I guess. I'm not going to Tear Asunder just because it saves me time. I'd rather keep the Tear Asunder in my hand. I think it's like, it's either 3 to 5 minutes. You can do the same thing over and over. I think. Yeah, you can't do it on paper. I saw my opponent's deck. If they have 10 million life, it doesn't change anything. Like the cards in their deck as a one draw a turn basis is not going to save them. Like Renin 6, there was another thing in there. There's like 2 things that could win if left alone in my opponent's deck, but they only draw 1 card a turn. And are they dead next turn? Minus. I have to get 10 of the 11 through. Okay, they're not dead. If my opponent read the backside of Atali, they probably wouldn't waste their time doing this. Because the backside of Atali has infect. Oh, my bad. They stopped at 69 on purpose. That's stupid. Ah, that's funny. They waited for me to say nice. Well, it ropes them out eventually. They have to make a new game action. I thought I would have seen it already, but... Well, I need 4 mana to Tear Asunder. I don't think I have 4 mana and can flip Atali. I need 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... Nope, I can't do both. Why have we not seen the rope yet? How long does this take? If I knew it was going to take 7 years, I would have probably Terrace Hunted something. Instead of played, like, the hold my resources, because infinite life doesn't matter. Guess I should have respected the digital platform. Yeah, okay. They didn't even make it to 100 by the time it would force them to rope out. I mean, if I could talk to my opponent, I'd tell him you have infinite life. I wouldn't swing with damage. If you do unique actions, it doesn't rope you out, so I don't know your Urza situation. But if Urza's tapping unique permanents each time, and actually shuffling and finding new cards each time, it's not a loop. You're changing the game state each time you're doing something. Unless you're not doing that. And you're doing the same thing over and over. Well, they emptied their mana pool. Well, opponent, you want to leave yourself with the land in play at least. They just didn't do that, alright. Ripskis. Alright, so let's plus here. I don't think there's anything I can do next turn. I mean, to kill my opponent here. Let's swing with the loot. Let's discard the land. Opponent, are you butthurt, or are you just moving on with your life? It's got to be one of the two here. It's bronze cubed draft. Okay, now we can just exile that. I guess losing is hard. Even in a vintage cube draft where you're bronze ranked. That's like the last place you can cry when you're losing a game of Magic. Oh, maybe it's the first place you cry. Because you haven't, like... You know, you don't play a lot of Magic or something, I don't know. Alright, usually when I have a 10-minute win, it's always followed up with a 10,000-year loss. So... Or a 10-second loss, I mean. Well, that's unfortunate. Still gonna play it. Still gonna play it. Excuse me. Fairy Mastermind. Spicy. Well, that's unfortunate. So do I... Yeah, I think we just do this here. And then just not swords. Because my opponent cast Demonic Tutor and there's maybe something scarier. Job equipment, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put a counter on service. Sure. I still don't feel confident to deal with this Fairy Mastermind. Maybe I should. Okay. Let's swing. Please block the token. Tragic. Oh, it's already a 5/5. Shoot. Yep. So this is a 2-mana investment. Not ideal. I think I'm gonna let them try to put it on that though before I don't do that. Actually, we can swing now because we have the blowout potential. They didn't do anything. Okay, that works too. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Oh no, what have I done? They got a card. Alright. I mean, I'm still ahead by a lot, so probably should have swords this so they didn't draw, though. Alright. Cool. Sweet. We've won more than I've ever won in the vintage thing already. Look at that. Huge. I think I could have won the Time Twister matchup too. If the wheels were better, I think we could have easily won that. My opponent just drew like the same Fatal Push 6 times. Blue Source Show and Tell Spaghetti Monster. That one. They cast Lotus Petal and then they didn't use it. Enters or attacks as a permanent from your graveyard at random. Sure. Containment Priest. If a non-token creature would be stuff with things, things with stuff happen. Non-token creature. Permanent card is attached. Okay, so only creatures is Containment Priest. I don't think I have to do anything about that. I would like my opponent to play any card ever right now, but I feel like they're not going to. Sin getting back a land is not the worst thing I could do. I could cycle this first, so it has another thing to do. There's not a good chance I find multiple things to do with this card. I really... It does stop show and tell? Oh, of course it does. What am I talking about? Okay. Alright, well then we're going to cycle the Timeless Dragon. So, let's do that. Yeah, I'm going to have to do something about it then. Good thing you said something. I was about to throw. I was just thinking about reanimate. Can we not have more flashing nonsense, please? Overlord of nonsense. Wait a minute. Non-token. Non-token. There appears to be a 1 mana instant. Oh boy. Can we guess what it is? Also, they played this, so show and tell is better. Yeah, what do we guess that this 1 mana instant is in a blue, a red-white deck here? What's our guess? Play this, and then show and tell. I could lose to it. I mean, there's 3 cards in there. They already played Overlord. I really, truly believe they have Swords of Plowshares, so Sin not doing much, but there's no circumventing that. So might as well just cast it. There's nothing I can do about it. Okay, it was just Solitude, which is effectively Swords. Of course, yep. Of course. Of course. Why not? Well, my opponent had probably the most amazing deck I've seen. I draw Reanimate when they have nothing but exile effects. Well, that was fun. Cool. They had the literal, like, perfect sequence of everything to stop everything I tried. Alright, I'm free. I found no Mox, no Power 9. 1 dual land I took. Didn't take the other, which wouldn't have done anything. Oh well. I really don't like Draft as a whole, but I kind of like that one because at least everyone's moderately degenerate. It's not just one person. But unfortunately, in the end, it's still kind of like, you know, oh, you didn't find Black Lotus, and then you're going to play against people who did, so you lose. I've never been a fan of Draft. I don't really get the appeal. I just don't get it. I like Cube, kinda. I don't really like drafting out of packs and stuff. I mean, I also kind of don't like Cube unless it doesn't have these spiky cards. Still better than the other Cubes I've seen. I mean, it's the only one I like, to a degree. The only one I can tolerate. Oh yeah, what was that blue-black commander? Oh, I don't own it though, that's right. It was the weird Ashiok. Well, what was the other weird Ashiok? There was a blue-black commander. Maybe it wasn't Ashiok. Was it? Oh, was it Dovin? Wait a minute. It was this thing, right? It was like draw, mill. I want to play this, kind of, which is funny. There's a Liliana that does the same thing, though. I like this. I think this is funny. I don't know if it's any good, though. It probably isn't. It's funny, though. I don't know. I played this Ashiok too recently, maybe. I've never seen this. I've literally never seen it cast. And then there's the 6-mana Dovin? No, the 4-mana Dovin. That was the other one, right? This one? Your opponents can't untap. You gain an emblem with your opponents can't untap more than 2 permanents during their untap step. I mean, that is depressing to play against. I wish the minus wasn't the minus. Lavinia? Possibility Storm? I kind of want to play this. So your next turn, and its activated abilities can't be activated. I'm trying to think when this would come up as something useful. I don't know. Let's play it. Let's play it. I've never seen it ever in the history of playing Arena. Let's see what happens. I want to play it. You can't stop me. All right. It's also been a minute since I played a blue-white control deck, actually. Probably do play proliferate effects. At least all the good ones. Oh, Chain to the Rocks. Huge. Love to see it. I've never really been a fan of Teferi's protection. I don't know if this is any different. It probably isn't. I guess Conquers Death. Chain Veil? I don't know if I own that. I don't think I need Expropriate. I feel like the ultimate is enough to make people not want to play anymore. Maybe just not play giant spells. This is technically a Proliferate spell. This is technically a Proliferate spell. Can't play a deck like this without Teferi in it. I don't think I like Oath of Teferi that much here. Maybe I do? I've never been impressed with this because it costs 5, which is just insane. I hardly consider it a Proliferate card, but maybe it does something. I don't think it does. I don't think that's realistic. I'm just dreaming right now. Gemstone. I think this card is so good it's worth considering. Especially with Mana Rocks. Might actually be able to play Kozilek's Command as a castable card. That is a very good card. What were we thinking about? Oh, the Veil. Nope, it's the only card that has Veil in it that I don't own. Okay. After reading it, I would not play it anyways. Good to know. Let's get some pro-life cards in here. Such as, but not limited to, that one. This one. I don't think I like Tezzeret's Gambit too much. I don't really like Flux Channeler. Staff is fine. Kar's Bastion is kind of unrealistic. It's colorless, though, for Kozilek's Command. Synergy. I don't really care about any of the other ones. Really at all, honestly. Yeah, I'm not going to go, like, crazy into Proliferate. People love this whale, I just don't like the whale. This probably isn't the deck that would play the whale anyways, though. The double Proliferate guy, well, you have to have a card that proliferates first, and then he does something. It doesn't proliferate on its own. Esper Sentinel? Maybe? Oop. I can do it. Hold on. I promise. Maybe the flashing ones. These Frogifies work pretty well in tandem with my Commander's Plus. Yeah, maybe just those ones. Ensnared in the Moon. Imprisoned in the Moon is pretty popular as well. Phenomena Recorder? Never heard of it. It's not real. People like this a lot. Maybe I should try it. I don't know. I have the mic wire right over my keyboard. Oh, the camera. Yeah, the camera. Is there anything to do with the camera other than my Commander's Plus? I don't think... I don't know. Remove a film counter. No, wait, that doesn't work. This doesn't work at all. This doesn't work. You just copy it. You don't activate. It doesn't work. I'll play Ambush. I'm pretty sure it doesn't work. Actually, I'm extremely confident that it doesn't work. I could play Inventors Fair, actually. Okay. It is a 4-mana commander, so... Do we want Prismatic Pentad Prism? Do I want this? I mean, it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. Enlightened Tutor works if I run Engine. And I think I'm going to run Engine. I'm sure there's some kind of mystical tutor situation. It's pretty easy to Archmage. It's not easy to Flare. How come I keep skipping over Consult? I always do that. Eternal Wanderer? Maybe not. No, I don't think I like Eternal Wanderer. What do I like for Planeswalkers? I mean, it's not bad. It really isn't bad. Narset's okay. Jace. I really like this 5-mana Jace, but it is 5 mana. It's probably fine. You can try it. We get all the emotional stuff out of the way first, and then we lose 3 games in a row, and then we course correct, as is tradition. More counter spells, removal. Oh, beautiful. Look at that wall of 2s. Wait, how did Commandeer get in here? I don't think I want Commandeer. Okay, I don't want Oath of Teferi. Bribery? Yeah. Yeah. One ring engine, like I said I was going to do and didn't do. I can't type in the dark. Especially when my keyboard is covered with a bunch of stuff. Bribery has only lost 1 game I've played it. I didn't add Wash Away. I do like Mana Tithe, and I also like the other Mana Tithe. What is it? Force Spike? Those have been kind of impressive. I think I want Wash Away. I could probably go for more counter spells. Maybe not for now. Alright, I mean... This is an interesting pile, huh? I mean, the whole point is just trying to -7, right? Trying to just get that -7 going. Dovin Baan. Oh, Chain of the Rocks. Whoops. I got it. technical difficulties. Alright, Dovin Baan. 4 mana, 3 loyalty. Its plus is an arrest and -3, -0 on a creature. So next turn. Its minus is a, like, revitalize, basically. And then its -7 is you get an emblem with your opponents can't untap more than 2 permanents. So it can be a complete nightmare. It can also probably be beatable anyways, but I'm kind of hoping people just like Tamiyo, when you ultimate the Bant Tamiyo, they just kind of concede. Or even Ral, the Otter Ral, they just concede. So maybe they concede to this one as well. It's a blue-white control commander. At least that's how I'm going to run it. I haven't played a blue-white control thing in a while. Supreme Verdict? Yeah, maybe. I could maybe run that instead of Ultima. I do like the ending the turn thing, so death effects and whatnot don't happen. I've noticed that has been pretty efficient. In Supreme Verdict, there's not many things that you want to sweep the board against that also have counter spells, so making your sweeper uncounterable is not really that too crazy. I have a ton of spot removal spells. If I just shut down my opponent's creatures, it could be hard to kill this. And then all of the efficient proliferate cards, but not all of the proliferate cards, because I don't think proliferate on like a 2-mana sorcery speed spell is super great, but I like stuff like Serum Snare, I suppose. We have a bunch of mana rocks, 4-mana commanders, so Paradox Engine, One Ring. Oh yeah, Kozilek's Command. I think I have enough colorless cards for this. I like it. If you can run this, you probably should. I could probably run even more colorless lands. Maybe like 1 wastes, yeah, 1 waste specifically for Prismatic Vista and Fabled Passage. I'm not running Fabled Passage though. Yeah, people try fighting through it and give up. I can see that. But we'll see. I mean, if it doesn't work, I don't have like a lot of things to close the game out with after I ultimate it, but I just feel like you're bound to get enough time to win with some kind of card after you've -7'd. But who knows? I don't know. Someone knows, not me. We're about to know. Oh, what's my quest? Ooh, look at that, just in time. Oh, dang it. I would have liked the 750 there. Alright. It is historic. I mean, there's like Dark Rituals stuff going on, right? We shall see. Not really what I expected as the first opponent. It's normally not a control deck, though. Hey! Is the rest of this hand good? Yeah, right? Because we find a land here. This works. Unless it doesn't. No K command, but that's fine. It's as fine as it is. Go on, stifle me. Do it. Stifle me. Ah. Let's not be weird and just take an untapped land here. I could have genuinely taken a basic there. Oh, it's Stern Scolding? Subtlety? No, it's not Subtlety. Stern Scolding? It's a weird turn 1 play to have in this deck. Force of something? What is going on over there? I'm not going to play my commander now. Interesting. Bird. Is this a bird? Oh, it is a bird. I actually couldn't have told you what the creature types of Urion were. Couldn't have told you that. The Dreaded Force Spike? Yeah, well, yeah. Maybe. Maybe. Come on, opponent. You can do it. I had 10 slow matchups yesterday. Alright, it is not Force Spike. It only got in response. The One Ring has to be counterable. It has to be counterable. What is this card? It only held priority from these, but not my Archdruid's Charm. What does that mean? How do I not know this? It's going to be so obvious when I see it. A null? No one's playing a null. What is it? It didn't... It could not have been cast upon the Archdruid's Charm. So I don't know. Pongify? It's not Pongify. It was castable when there's nothing in play. They're not holding priority at every step. It's obviously not Pongify. It's not Solitude. It's not Solitude. This auto-resolved. They can Solitude in response to this. It's not Solitude. Okay, well now I have the mana to respect literally whatever it is. So we're going to find out. They could not have wash awayed either of these cards, so it's also not wash away. Yeah, okay. That's fair. It's probably one of the bird 2/2 counters. That's probably true. That's probably fair. Okay. I can get behind that. Sure. So... here... Wait. Here. And then pass? Okay, so we have the ultimate next turn, which is hilarious. Uncounterable. It's uncounterable. I didn't do the spaghetti. Get Schmied it. It's actually funny. In this exact spot, my opponent is only locking 2 lands down. It's not a ton of lands. But it starts to be a cascading issue. I'm very surprised my opponent didn't even try. Very surprised. There's no way my opponent has ever seen this. It looks like they read it like 3 times. That they still felt like this was unbeatable. Sweet. Okay, good start. The fact that, like, the first, for the most part, the second creature don't apply a lot of pressure to Dovin is pretty significant to me. Alright, look, Kozilek's Command making me feel funny here. Am I cycling this? Probably not. Probably not. Oh. No, sir. Tragic. Oh, hello. Hello, other car. Alright, well now I have to cycle it. I need a land. Sure. Let's just do this. Let's get that. And, wait. I don't have to do anything because my commander shuts this down. Well, it kind of shuts it down. They can play a bunch of elves, I guess. It kind of stops it. Maybe I should have respected it more and cast this, I don't know. But they need, what, 3 elves to do some kind of damage here? They have to be elves. Well, I don't like that one. I'm not going to let my opponent draw cards here. Archdruid's Charm? Okay. Please find Cavern Souls, please. I feel like that would be the weakest use of this, and it doesn't affect me. Oh, okay. Let's source that, shall we? I have enough instant speed stuff. I don't have to cast this. Actually, I don't have a target anyways. What does this find? It's 6, right? It's 6? Yeah, so they can find something and cast it next turn. Regal Force. Sylvan Tutor, okay. Sure. What does that do? It finds El Shaburber. Is there anything my opponent could possibly do to cause an issue here? I don't think so. I think we're going to get the ultimate, but I don't think it's too crazy when I have it. Tap 2 attack creatures, look at the top card, cast creature spell, short. Okay, so I have the ultimate. It does actually lock down a lot of mana right here and now, which is nice. But then I can't recast it. I should take out this. Okay, they did, yep, it was too much. They did tap all of their mana instead of not doing that to, like, play around this, maybe, in some way. But I don't know. I feel like if this game kept going, they could slowly trickle back in. A lot of the cards in my hand are just like reactionary, so they can just take time to start untapping. But it does slow them down substantially. I don't know. Cool. Conflicts Command, not working out too well. Alright, we'll take out the Conflicts Command. The colorless sources have not popped up. And I'm not about to play like 4 wastes. I still think it's possible, it hasn't been possible. Okay, 2-0. Aang Swift Savior? Is that the which one is that? Oh, this one? Yeah, I mean, I don't hate it. It's just blue-white high flyers and you just fly. I could play it in this deck probably. Enters, airbend something. And this is a 2/3. I could actually just put it in this deck. That's funny. I have Farewell. I don't have Wrath of God. I could run a sweeper. I was just choosing not to because I have all the Frogifies. I can run a sweeper though, I guess. Or another sweeper. I kind of just don't like Wandering Emperor. Yeah, I can path to exile something, and my opponent can't untap that land. Okay, what if I instead played not Aang and played a Thrumming Bird? If I was gonna do that, honestly, I could play Snapcaster Mage. Oh, maybe I should play Snapcaster Mage actually. Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna play Aang. But I can see myself playing it as a commander at some point. Sure. I mean, with the new set coming out, might keep me busy for quite a while. This is the graveyard one, right? I don't have a lot of graveyard hate, really. Mill 3, land. I don't have an answer to that, really. We could just bank on bribery doing something. Just hope it does something, maybe. And if it doesn't, rip. Y'shtola from Final Fantasy? There's like 3 Y'shtolas. The Esper one's cool. The mono blue 6 trillion mana one I don't really like. I have no answer to this $75 mythic rare. Still gonna play this. We have a green player who's thinking. I don't know. Bad news. Well, maybe that means not commander this turn and something else. Why would I bribery Muldrotha? What is that going to do? Get a land back? The turn after? It's just a 6/6, doesn't do anything. What are we actually doing here? Okay. They didn't sack the cub to make black mana, I guess? I don't know what has them so utterly confused right now. I don't know. Okay, yep, you get your mana. Black mana, to be specific. Okay. Can someone explain what just happened? Or am I just, like, not... What? Alright, I'm stun locked. Typical green player, yeah. Tivol... Balance skill. Do I have a white land? I don't. Well, I do, but... 1, 2... It's probably best to leave this up. Do I shock myself? I really just don't want to pay a bunch of life. I'm just not going to do that. This is a... Is it colorless or is it green? Colorless. I could have countered this to stop a black source from being played. Doesn't seem quite worth it to me. Of course, the fetch land. Old Brainstorm fetch land. Crypt Breaker. Discard a card, make a 2/2. That's nuts. You know what? You can have your Crypt Breaker. I've not seen that card in a very long time. Very long time. They can cast their commander now, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, not quite. Let's discard Karn's Bastion. I'm not going to Bribery, I don't think. I could get rid of Enlightened Tutor. No, let's just get rid of this Art Mana Rock, I think. No. Everything here is semi-reasonable. Let's do this, actually. I like this a lot. Okay, yeah, this is fine. If I can get the One Ring in play, we're, like, chilling. I don't have Rest in Peace. Yeah, we're just chilling. That way I don't get hosed by a counterspell. Okay. I'll hold off on Bribery for a turn. That's fine. Just get the One Ring in play. Please cast your commander. Okay. Interesting. Wait, how do they have something to respond to? Oh, the Warren Silk Trader. Lumra, Primeval Titan. Probably Primeval Titan. Oh, I have 2 lands in my graveyard. Lumra will have a higher average yield. Unless I find something else. Probably won't, though. No. I think it's got to be the Lumra. Ice Till is consistency, but I'd rather just take the Lumra here. Okay, so... I mean, this is... No. We're just taking the Lumra. Please hit at least 1 land. Thank you. Alright, so it was better than the Primeval Titan mana-wise. At least the first, thing. I could have maybe banked on Lumra actually doing something later. I don't think Primeval Titan is reliable to untap with, though. I lost a lot of decent cards. Well, I mean, it fuels the delve cards, I guess. I'm gonna decline this. Is this a zombie? No. Also, Lumra does block my opponent's commander, technically. Activated ability, so I can target the... What if I cast this? No. Let's see what's under the One Ring. Okay, well, it's not... Oh, wait a minute, is it? Did I just do it? No way. Okay, land... That's actually so funny, I just drew that. Wow. So... Swing. I don't know what I could draw that makes me go crazy here, though, which is super unfortunate. Oh, wait a minute. I should have tails in that. Okay. They have to kill me this turn? And there's no way to push more damage? I should have tails in this trigger. Oh, it wouldn't have mattered that much, though. No, it wouldn't have mattered that much. It's just a land. It just made tokens. Yeah, okay, I'm not tails ending that anyways. They sack their commander to an attack. It's basically doing what they just did again, which I'm not really concerned with. I think I'll tails in the Teval trigger. Toxrill. Aha. Did I not see this when I was going through their deck? That's so funny. That would have been pretty... Well, actually, no. It would have killed this, I guess. But, like, I think Lumer's just always right. Okay, well, I obviously want to keep Lumer around. And fairly likely I win next turn. Oh, please do it. Yes. Alright. Sack the old commander. I kind of wish this tap... Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And I have the Curse of Silence making that exceptionally expensive. Alright, so I'm going to try to win without then proceeding to lose after trying to win. Oh no, the priority holding is going to actually drive me through the wall right now, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Well, that's annoying. Brainstorm? Fetch land? I can cast Farewell, but I don't see a reason to quite yet cast Farewell, so... I don't have to name Artifact, actually. Although I kind of do, because they make a bunch of treasure tokens, and the One Ring would inevitably kill me. Let's, force the issue... Well, actually, no, we're going to bank on this Farewell. That's what we're going to do. Alright, so we're going to cast this. I'm going to shut this down. Now I don't have to name Artifact. Although, again, I probably should, so I don't lose to that. Although I probably will not lose to the One Ring. If I do, it's probably something bad happened. I also didn't float a mana there. Yeah, I'm just not going to name Artifact. I can just simply stop drawing. There's a chance I even just win... Oh, no, I can't. I can't. That's right. I can't. Alright. I'm just going to go in here, exile creatures, graveyards. Do I do enchantments? No. Creatures and graveyards, creatures and graveyards, creatures and graveyards. Okay. Feeling good now. Let's cast Jace. Alright, yeah, I figured as much. I mean, I have, like, pseudo-omniscience. The only out my opponent has now is if the One Ring kills me, but they'd have to be willing to, like, wait that out. And it's exceedingly unlikely to happen. I can probably cast... I would cast Seagate, draw a million cards, and then pass. And I would have, what is that? 16? So I'd have, like, 32 cards in my hand. Would not have to discard anything with no max hand size. And I'd have 1, 2, 3, 4 mana up for my opponent's turn. And the curse is still in play, which I believe is taxing this. Yeah, so... Okay, that worked out. Yep, that worked out. Cool. I don't remember the Niv Mizzets by their art. Top 10, each color pair. Okay, this is the old one. I don't see this one that much anymore. I kind of prefer this one. Well, the new one doesn't really work too well, so... In all fairness. Opponent, that is not a Menadork. You've already made a mistake. I think I'll take a land here. I expect a land to be important. Imprison in the Moon, not looking great here. Replicating Ring, sure. Not going to fight over that. So I can play my commander, and then they can play their commander, and if they do that, I guess they don't have a ton of mana to play. Well, they don't have any mana to do anything after, so. Okay, yeah, they can cast their commander. I think that's fine. If they draws 10 cards, they still have to go to discard. They have 6 cards in their hands, so they can't cast the cards. It's very likely to find something to stop Imprisoned in the Moon, though. Just why I don't feel good about this. Oh, they don't even go that route. Okay, is this a blowout? I think it is. They didn't go that route. Feeling good about that happening. Okay, I think I am now in the driver's seat because that just happened. Sure. Do I draw 2? I think I do. My life total doesn't matter, so. Okay, mana rocks for days. Those are not 2-colored cards, by the way. All these mana rocks that they just happen to have. My ultimate in this matchup feels pretty reliable at winning, although the Replicating Ring actually generates a ton of mana. That I think just keeps happening. Not ideal. Come on. Come on, man. Come on. It's just annoying. Not as the only 2-colored card, right? That was ridiculous. Whatever. Whatever. It was the only 2-colored card. Everything else has been a mana rock. Which, literally, it's the only, that's it. Just lands and mana rocks. Does that now suddenly mean you just magically have the perfect pile right on the top of the deck? Yep, of course. That's actually ridiculous. It's just nonsensical. Whatever. Alright. That's completely nonsensical. All mana rocks, all lands. The only spell they had that wasn't their commander was a removal spell. And then they cast their commander and suddenly the pile's just sitting on top perfectly. Like they literally had one spell that was something from Niv Mizzet. Like imagine it was the other way around, where the mana rocks were on top and the 2-colored spells were just in hand. Nope. Didn't even see a mana rock in the pile. Why would they? They named Artifact? Okay. Didn't expect that. Well, their commander doesn't have any abilities, but I don't think they care about that. Suppose Farewell could end up being useful. I sure love randomly generated cards. So, plus again. Okay, that one's pretty tame. Okay, I haven't seen that card in... I don't even know when was the last time I've seen that. Looks like the Farewell might just win here through the infinite mana. Randomly generated D-Spark. There's no reason to force Spike, I don't think. Okay, well. I sent them back to the complete Stone Ages. Alright, it worked. I wasn't sure if that was going to work, but I, to be fair, wasn't sure what I was up against, and it didn't have counter spells. We didn't lose to the randomly generated extra turn, or the randomly generated answer to my commander. Yeah, Farewell just got him. Okay, we just got him. It's got totally hosed. Literally every card they had ever, except their lands, were just hosed by that. I don't think I've ever played against that commander. I have no idea what it's up to. Is it better than Urza? I feel like it isn't. Is it? Is it better than Urza? What does Urza do? It discounts instants and sorceries? And then the mono blue Urza can't play white cards, I guess. I don't know. It's a cloud shift key in your command zone? Is that good? Maybe. Whenever this attacks, put a counter on it. If you've attacked... Okay. Do I leave up Force Spike turn 1? I can't play this for a while. Maybe I do. Yeah. I don't necessarily need the curse in play, right? Also, cursing this isn't like the craziest thing ever. Yeah, we're gonna leave it up. They mulligan like 6 times. Okay, let's play Solar Transformer now. Let's go Plains. Trying to think. You know what? I'm just gonna chill. I'm just gonna chill. Wait a minute. Wait. Let's not chill. Let's do this. Okay. That's fine. Alright, you're right. No commander, and I guess they had the read that was a counterspell? I don't know, they mulliganed like 5 times. I imagine they at least found another land there. I don't really know what this is doing in their deck. I like how it goes to the graveyard itself, but you need to swing with so many creatures to... Yeah, it's extremely difficult to reanimate this. I don't know, it's cool. It was cool. I'm sure they've done it before. Yeah, I wasn't talking about the mono blue one. I was thinking of the blue white one. The mono blue one can't play the white cards, so I can't say it's like just play that always instead of whatever that cloud key was. I don't know, a 2-mana cloud key. Oh shoot! I'm trying to pick my hair and I smacked the microphone. A 2-mana cloud key in the command zone is pretty interesting, I think. I mean, my opponent used it to generate, like, what? 1, 2, 3... It generated, like, 6 mana or something like that? Maybe more? It did a lot there. Alright, this can just play with 2 swamps untapped each turn, because that's 8 mana if I ultimate my commander. So, kind of unfortunate. I guess I'll keep the I can't die to creatures hand. And hope we get there. Okay. Wait, what? Okay. Well, wasn't expecting that. Maybe I should have expected that, because it stops their commander forever. They're a mono black deck. Alright, yeah, it makes sense. Of course, they have the mana rock on 2. Can't play the game without it. Alright, I can still kill their commander and ultimate mine, and maybe mine does something that theirs doesn't. I should really minus it in this spot, assuming it's going to die and never ultimate. But again, the ultimate doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter anyways. They can just have 2 swamps that tap for 8 mana, like this whole game. Oh, the plus is just so miserable on my commander when they don't have anything. Yeah, like what am I trying to do here? This Dovin ultimate is so beatable in this matchup. Well, it doesn't help I'm not drawing anything. I guess I take out the Mind Stone, because I can do that. So I probably should. Let's just pass. They don't know about the Solitude. They did not play the gate. That's a very bad sign. I don't know why they didn't play it. They should have waited. That didn't make a lot of sense. They should have just waited. Well, I suppose we're just playing it and minusing. It does stop, like, creatures from hitting me. Okay, well, I think this just finds a game-winning card. One of those, like, really bad cards, unless you already are winning with the ultimate. Okay, it didn't actually do that. Assuming that's what they just grabbed. Of course they get my Jace, why not? Why not? Of course. Okay. Probably should have conceded right when I saw that commander in the command zone. Don't think I can do anything. I'm just wasting my time. I mean, if I found that Jace and I played it, maybe I'm still winning. Oh, I forgot Narset was even in here. Huh. Oh, that's annoying. White card, please? Ugh. Well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Plus, no. Good God. I didn't even find a white card, are you kidding me? Okay, so do that. Do this. I don't know why Jace demands being in my hand. Snapcaster. This game's just over. Whatever. Okay, yep. Cool. Not a single white card. If I drew a white card there with Solitude, I can actually play the game. But, God forbid, I find a white card in my blue-white deck. Was I on the play? I was on the play. That's super tragic. I was on the play. It would have been even more over if I was not on the play. Yikes. Yeah, I want to land. I can exile their mana rocks, and then at some point maybe do something after that? Maybe? Oh look, it's a mana rock. This deck has so much depth. I guess that one. Did they warp that? They did. Okay. So, bribery? Instead of exiling artifacts? What happens if I exile artifacts anyways? 1, 2... Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exile artifacts. That happens... Feels kind of neutral. I guess I'll just draw off of Dovin because they're going to exile it anyways. Oh, you're wrecked. Cool. Bribery is kind of a hard answer to their deck, right? They can't really stop the thing I take unless they have 1,000,000 mana, which they won't. They only have 8 next turn. They didn't give themselves the out, I guess, of top decking. Last time I did this, my opponent just had, like, I think it was Cityscape Leveler, and blew up the Emrakul that I think I stole. Sometimes, and I would make this argument, it's probably right to do this as an Ujin player, you just don't play any of the dumb cards. Just play Ujin. Don't play a 15-mana card for no reason. Ujin's going to win when you cast it. It's going to exile your opponent's cards. They're just going to get slammed by all the mana rocks that you cast that are all Vindicates. There's no reason to play Emrakul at all, but I'm going to assume they had Emrakul. I guess Ulamog makes a bit more sense because it costs 10 and you can, like, cast it the next turn or whatever. But, I don't know. They didn't make me see it, but they obviously had something big and dumb, which you just don't have to play as Ujin. I just don't think bribery should be an out to Ujin decks that are optimized, or optimal. In my opinion. But who am I to say you shouldn't play Emrakul? That is high treason. I think this person plays Fibblethip a lot. Maybe they don't. Do I Enlighten Tutor for Mana Rock? Is that stupid? I don't think that's stupid. I'm gonna take a Mana Rock. That's what that card's there for, right? That's what it does. Swiftfoot Boots? Can someone explain to me what's happening right now? Because I don't know what's happening right now. You have a 2-mana card? I feel like at this point you basically have to. Oh, or you just have that. God forbid. God forbid. Forgot Dark Ritual exists in this format. Great. Well, scam, please. Literally anything that kills their commander? Thank you. Could have minus my Dovin to reset it. Alright, well. Potentially stabilized. Sort of, kind of. Maybe not in the grand scheme of things, but it doesn't really look like I've stabilized. Is that vigilance? No, it doesn't. Chthonian Nightmare. Okay. No other creature in the graveyard currently. Memory Lapse is a card. I almost swung there. That would have been funny. Oh, game, come on. Alright. Come on. Okay. I don't even know what to say now. It was a joke. Yep, whatever. What a joke. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Dark Ritual. Always fun. Glad it's in the format. Literally got soloed by Dark Ritual. Just could literally never recovered. Just never recovered from it. Yeah, I could have minused. I could have minused, I guess. I don't think that really changes that much, but I could have done it. Is this the same opponent? No, I don't think it's the same opponent as last time. I could curse this? That feels weird, though. That feels really weird. Why are we manually tapping lands? Okay. I don't know why I think they had to manually tap for that. Let's play this. I think I'm going to draw with it. Oh, no, I'm going to bribery next turn. Maybe I should have Curse of Silenced specific. Well, I don't know about that. Oh. Again. They don't have the auto. Annihilator 2 is actually really good. Cityscape Leveler is also really good. Indestructible probably doesn't matter. Annihilator 2 is solid. Alright. I'm going to try to just deck them out. It's indestructible, so there's no Cityscape top deck out of this. Their commander doesn't matter, at least. They do cast it. That's a good sign. Suppose I swing at it. There's no reason to swing at anything else, right? Again, none of this matters unless it deals with Ulamog specifically. I just have to swing 3 times? More or less, at least. More or less. Let's draw. That's not ideal. Alright, sweet. Get wrecked. Did it. Yeah, they have to... Wait, oh, I should look. Maybe they concede it because they saw the cards in here. No, none of the cards that were just taken can deal with this. It's also a good thing to take so they can't cast it with Ujin. But if I did take the Cityscape Leveler, I could use it to kill Ujin. And then it just swings over and over, which is also really good. But I think this is worth it. It's very difficult for this card, this deck to really deal with this. The ultimate doesn't deal with it. So if they minus 11, well, now I'd have to go look back at the VOD to see what their deck was, but Kozilek doesn't do it. Emrakul taking an extra turn, or stealing my turn, doesn't do it. Annihilator 2 doesn't do it. I don't think there's anything that is in this Ujin Ultimate, their entire deck, does it with this card. I don't think so. I'll have to look, though. And if they cast everything out of their deck, then that means the next Ujin attack exiles the remainder of the deck, because they cast 45 spells or something. I also get another attack anyways, and that's 40 cards that they just don't have access to with the Ujin Ultimate. They only have an access to, like, the remaining third. They had Annihilator Ulamog. Well, does it work when I... It doesn't do anything, right? They'd have to cast it. They'd have to cast it. Excuse me. Obviously they cast it. I mean, they have to swing with it. They have to swing with it. How do they swing with the Defiler? How do they get me with the Defiler? You cast it, you exile some of my cards, and then I swing and you lose anyways? Yeah, I understand it shows up with 500 counters on it, but that doesn't save them. Unless there's something I'm not understanding. Maybe Elspeth Conquers Death could be a better card. That's not doing anything. Oh, someone asked me if I play Standard. No, I don't play Standard. I don't know when that was asked. I'm not going to counter a Mana Rock. Oh, well. Makes that easy. Does my opponent counter a Mana Rock? Let's put it on white, right? Yeah. Midnight Clock. Well, I don't like that one. I'm not going to let that exist. I have Force of Negation. I'm just going to go in here. Do you have Force? No. Alright. I will see how this pans out. If they make... I think I just force their commander? How annoying. No, the first prowess creature's not a problem. Artisan's Talent. Whenever you cast... Okay, that's fine. Let's, do this. Brainstorm? I have not played a land. I have not played a land. Let's put back you and you. The ultimate could be annoying, but they can still do the thing. It was 20 minutes ago. Oops. I gotta add timestamps to the chat. Ral. That's fine. Fine, just fine. Boop. Yep. Of course. Yep. Of course, of course, of course. Of course, of course. It only makes sense that that would happen. No proliferate. No nothing. You got it. That doesn't do anything, right? No, it doesn't. Nope, it doesn't. They did also just tap out. They didn't have to do that, but they did. Also, we get like the total blowout because I get to exile the Chandra they spent so much mana on. I mean, if they cast their commander, they probably the only window to reasonably do that, actually. I think I forced a negation of their commander. Wow, they don't cast it. They don't cast their commander. That's kind of crazy. Alright, I'll cast mine. I get to reanimate it if it doesn't work. So it's not great to counter. Like, I literally just reanimate it. Yeah, I'll just reanimate this now. So, decline. I like how it just turns into a card draw engine once you've ultimated it. It's kind of funny. Alright, well, this is the first time someone hasn't conceded, and I haven't displayed a serious way to win upon having ultimated my commander. They can cast their commander once, and then it takes a while to do it again. Let's just counter that. I'm just gonna shut my opponent out of the game, I mean. They are mana taxed, so... They didn't cast it last time, and now it's only in a worse spot. Alright, yeah. Yeah, it's meet it. Grist? I don't think I've played Grist. I don't think I've played either Grist. Personally. I don't really like the creature one. The 3-mana one's okay. Another game, it just makes me feel like Wandering Emperor is not really that good. Not been impressed with it. I mean, it does actually exile Atali's, like, text box. Which is funny. No, I want to land. I don't think Rift's doing anything. Atali really doesn't steal that much from me. I mean, on average, it really doesn't steal anything, to be fair. Just play this as a tap land, I guess. Something else to do. Wonder if I just let it go. Probably not. My opponent has Gulta in their deck. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and shuffle that away. I guess I'll do this. Opponent plays Trailblazer. Alright. I get to exile the Oracle. Oh, wait. Let's just block it. Haha. Galaxy Brain. Do I... No, I'm not gonna deal with anything, right? I almost want to just draw. I guess I'll plus. If I do get to the ultimate, it does more or less immediately win. Okay, so they get 2 green, and then they cast Atali still only once here, but they can cast it again the turn after, I think. Yeah, they can cast it again, and I don't have triple blue. Still don't have triple blue. What if I 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. This costs 9. 9, 10, 8, 9. So if they draw a land, I don't stop them anyways. Okay. So kill the panharmonic. No, I really wish I drew a blue source. That's just so bad. I didn't draw a blue source. Do I draw to find one? No, that seems dumb. Let's go here. And I guess exile the panharmonicon? There's nothing else to do. So I can't stop it, Ollie. Most hits in my deck aren't really that impactful, and they have a ton of ramp spells, so on average I'd say this is probably safe. It's a Arcane Signet, and what did they get? Oh, they just got Emrakul, of course. Why not? Yep. That makes sense, right? I mean, what else would be a thing that would happen? Of course that would happen. Of course I have Get Lost in my hand, too, because why not? Actually stupid. This is so stupid. Whatever. Typical Atali, just high rolling every time. So fun. 7,000 ramp spells. Nope, it just hits Emrakul. Of course it does. So dumb. There's like, I think 8 out of 10 times I'm perfectly fine. Probably 9 out of 10 times. It's perfectly fine there. If I had a blue source, it would be 10 out of 10 times. I would have literally won the game if I had a blue source. I would have just won on the spot. Would have won the game. On the spot. Oh, I forgot to take out Wanderer. A land? Yep. Why not? Well, at least my hand's irrelevant. In fact, my entire hand is irrelevant. Doesn't do anything at all. I think the One Ring is better than the engine in this exact spot. Yeah, because it gives my face protection to then safely play the engine. Okay. They can't make me discard. Well, 99% of the time. Whenever someone casts a spell, lose 5 less, just discard. Okay, sure. Fine by me. So, cast the engine, and then just try to do something. Discarding is free at least. I need any mana rock that isn't the one that's in play. Does this matter? No, it doesn't. I don't. I could still do this first. I should do this first, actually. So how do I win? Snapcaster Mage has no targets yet. Okay, we can pay 2 life. Pentat Prism is mana neutral. It's mana neutral. White. Or rather, it's not the kind of mana rock that helps me in a significant fashion. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can cast Dovin. I should just keep paying life because this is my effectively my last turn. I should draw as well. So maybe I can proliferate enough in this very turn to do the thing here. So like Serum Snare, bouncing the that thing, because their board state doesn't really matter. Let's get rid of that. I need another mana rock. I need another mana rock. Or rather, it would help a lot to have another mana rock. Oh, come on. Come on. Okay, I found a mana rock, actually. In the form of Enlightened Tutor. You can go down a life here. Grab Cold Steel Heart. Draw Cold Steel Heart. Alright, now we're chilling. Now we're chilling. So, cast this. Cast Cold Steel Heart. QQ. Okay, QQ's not working. There it is. I'm gonna name blue. QQ. We're gonna try to proliferate enough to win. So let's cast Snapcaster Mage. Untap. I don't think I am looking to draw more than what I have currently. Narset. Oh, wait. That's not super exciting. Castable, though. Makes their commander a land probably forever. And now I'm not dead to my opponent's board state. Can I find a game-winning spell, maybe? Shieldred. I don't play swamps. Oh, hello. I can draw again if I want. Alright, nice. Wow. That was a hurdle. There's a lot to think about there. Wow. That's crazy. Don't know the last time that's happened, where I didn't have like a definitive win. I don't have enough proliferate spells. I actually don't know what happened to the first cast of Serum Snare. I lost track of it. But I think this missed the proliferate on that Serum Snare. If I could have helped that, I should have tried. Maybe I just couldn't. I can't remember. But I don't think there's enough proliferate. Oh, yes there is. Yes there is. I can now keep Staff of Completion spamming, and then I can get the ultimate. So I do have the ultimate on Dovin, and technically infinite loyalty on both of these, I suppose. And actually this as well. I can keep getting counters. Yeah, this is, wow. Sweet. Okay. Very well. Okay. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Oh, hey, look, it didn't give me the companion zone. I don't know what I did different. The deck started on the right side of the screen, and it did not give me a companion zone. That's weird. Okay, so the ultimate does seem like something most people are giving up when it happens to them, but there were a few games where they didn't give up, namely the Liliana of the Dark Realms one. The Squirrel Liliana just has omniscience, so it doesn't care, and then you have to win with something else, which is not ideal. But bribery seems like, at least until Ujin players figure out that they shouldn't be playing anything that bribery makes them lose to, which I think is a reasonable thing to do. In fact, I would have done that before bribery showed up. This was an out to Ujin, and it won the game against Ujin every time. I just mulliganed until I had it, or found a way to tutor it or something, and then I just cast it, and there was always some kind of thing that won immediately. I just don't think Ujin players should have those cards in their deck. Casting Ujin and exiling things is way more than enough. You don't need Emrakul, unless you just enjoy casting it, but most games your opponent concedes once you get to the Ujin spam anyways, so I just don't really like those kinds of things. Yeah, I could not untap Karn's Bastion. There's no way to do that. There's no way to do that. It's just this thing. The One Ring Paradox Engine, always consider this when you have a critical mass of mana rocks, and most commanders that cost 4 mana usually have mana rocks, unless they're green. I guess they can play Rampant Growth for days. Eons, rather. I didn't actually Temporal Trespass a single time. You could probably play more than one Delve card. I just didn't want to impede this card every time I found it, but I never found it. I think it's reasonable to have 2. You could probably play all 3, Treasure Cruise, Dig Through Time, and this. I just like how this gives me my commander's ability twice. I could just take 2 turns and then activate it twice. That is the benefit of extra turn spells, just kind of like how Proliferate, it's just like a weird version of proliferating. Well, arguably a vastly superior version of proliferating. But, yeah, you could probably play extra turns in this deck. I don't like the Wandering Emperor. I don't like that, so it could have just been an extra turn or something. I didn't feel like I needed more board wipes, really. Shutting down your opponent's creatures with removal, and then the plus having some kind of merit is nice. So you just like target one thing and deal with all the other things. That's really nice. It does give this more value. If you just have a bunch of sweepers and the plus does literally nothing, this feels even worse. There was one game where I should have started to minus this and could have won if I'd done that, but I didn't pivot into the -1 spam. And again, there's no guarantee I actually win doing that. I actually never cast a fairy. Kind of tragic. Kind of tragic, not gonna lie. What else? The ultimate, yeah, so the ultimate did feel like something, upon having seen what my opponents were trying to do, the ultimate did seem like something that was going to win against most of the opponents who did immediately give up. I guess I'm maybe more stubborn, I would stick around just to see, but I can kind of see how it is close to lights out, just because your opponent doesn't actually need that much after doing it to win. Which is huge, because that means you don't have to play a bunch of cards in your deck that are only there so you have a way to win after you -7. So that's nice, because as it stood, I had enough in the deck already to win after I -7. At least it feels like it. Even if it takes me 10 minutes to find that card that would win, it is there. You can bribery something that they can't deal with. You can ultimate another one of your planeswalkers, like Jace. Now the first thing they counter each turn is gone, and then Teferi exiles the universe. This Jace actually is just a straight up win with the -12. So like, you could just win pretty safely after you've ultimated it. Your opponent also has to be willing to play it out. It's kind of a headache to play through this emblem there. I do like how many did I have actually? I can do it, I promise. Oh, it puts them, why does it put them down here now? I don't like that. Yeah, I had these. I don't like most of the proliferate cards. I really just don't. These are instants. This replaces itself as like a cantrip. This does bounce something. I think that is somewhat relevant. I think unsummons are a bit underplayed. So if you like all the 1 minute unsummons that you see almost exclusively in the Otter deck, the Ral Otter Spam Storm deck plays them. If you like those, or you're blue, I think you should consider them a bit more. Unsummoning something is a serious tempo loss, especially if your opponent like casts a 5-minute spell that did not immediately do something. They have to do it again at some point, which is nice. I don't think I liked Ultima against pretty much anything I saw, so this could have just been a 4-minute sweeper, honestly. Most of the things I saw, I would not have been impressed with this, except I guess Sephiroth, they don't get 55 triggers, specifically Sephiroth. they just get hosed completely by this. The reason Sephiroth even plays stuff like Damnation is because it can trigger the lethal amount of Sephiroth triggers or whatever, but with this, it doesn't work. So it was something to think about, I guess. I don't know. I just like the end the turn thing, and it seems to me like I'm never finding myself in a spot other than I think one game. Yeah, there was one game where a 4-minute sweeper was so crucial. If I didn't have it, I was screwed, and well, mine cost 5. So yeah, learning to pivot on the -1 is something to seriously consider. It's pretty easy to start minusing it after you've already -7'd it, but before that, sometimes you have to, right? Like, oh, I'm dead, I need to draw something. Sometimes it's obvious, but other times maybe it's not so obvious when you should just start to minus it and draw cards and just play a blue-white control game instead of plussing into nothing. So, something to consider. Narset is only good against, or with, wheel effects, I feel. I think this is actually a game changer in EDH, which is funny because it's a pretty honest card. It just stops the card draw, which is a part of what everyone hated about Leovold. So if you have a bunch of wheel effects, like Midnight Clock and all the other ones, I suppose I like this. The 3 mana look at or find 2 cards is alright. This could really just be stock up, though. I did not find myself playing against a wall of decks that hated the static ability on this. Also, it can just simply die when you cast it and then pass, and you only got 1 card that your opponent actually just knows about because it has to reveal it. So I think I like stock up in that spot more. I gotta play stock up really more than I than I have been, honestly. What else? This is a deck that would probably enjoy Subtlety, I would say, because you're really trying to do this one thing and defend it at all costs, so free spells are quite substantial here. I would probably put Subtlety in here. It's one of those cards I've just never crafted, ever. Actually, I crafted this just now today, so there goes that. But Subtlety would probably go in here. Maybe I'll put it in the list to simply just upload it with Subtlety, because it's sort of doing what you really want to be doing. I think. It is only creatures and planeswalkers, right? Yeah, it's only creatures and planeswalkers, so it's not Force of Negation or something. But I think I gotta say I like it. How many white cards? Yeah, there seemed like a low white card count now that I'm looking at it again. There was a game where Solitude would have basically won the game on the spot, but I did not have a white card for it in my hand. And it kind of blew my mind that I didn't. But now that I'm looking at the deck, there actually isn't a ton of white cards for Solitude in the first place. And some of them are slightly questionable. I actually did just take out Wandering Emperor. Skyclave is weird. I don't think we're blinking things. It's like a... I mean... I don't know. Maybe this isn't the deck for it. Yurion likes it for obvious reasons. I don't know if we do. It is a 2/2 that can then block after it takes care of something. And if it takes care of a of a commander, then they can't get the token, and then it blocks for your commander. Seems moderately interesting, but I need more white cards for Solitude, I feel. So yeah, for that reason alone, I should probably just have it chill in here. Oh, against the Liliana Dreadhorde, or Liliana of the Swamp Omniscience, they actually discarded this. If I actually had this, in that game, I would have won, because they would not have been able to ultimate their Liliana, and then it's just stuck as a creature, unless they have, like, specifically Feed the Swarm or something. So I think, actually, that matchup isn't too bad here. No, I'm not playing Cloud Shift. Well, you'd play Ephemerate first, but I'm not going to... No, I'm not doing that. What else? What else? Yeah, just blue-white control. You could put more counter spells. You could tune this however you enjoy playing your blue-white lists. I felt like this was perfectly fine. Even more artifacts, right? Just because you always find yourself going in one direction with your blue-white control deck. Let's just specifically pinpoint blue-white control for a second. If you like all counter spells and some spot removal, you could do that. If you like a bunch of sweepers, I'm kind of against that a little, because just Historic Brawl is not really about a ton of sweepers. The Farewell is still a complete game hoser, but the other ones are like, you know, spot removal is really just enough, and that hasn't changed. I continuously say that, and I will continuously pay attention until that changes, because it is something to note when it does, in fact, become the case that 5 to 10 board wipes is now a thing you do again. Just currently really just isn't. But yeah, you could pivot into more artifacts. Like, you really could do that. You could pivot more into counterspells, spot removal. I guess more planeswalkers if you like the ones that exists that I don't have in here. I really only like the ones that draw cards, though, to help offset the fact that our blue-white control commander does not incur card advantage unless it starts to kill itself, which is antithetical to the -7, which is the whole idea. So, yeah. But yeah, free spells are MVP here, especially stuff like Force of Negation. And that's it, I think. I did have both of these in here. I don't know if I've ever had that, but both of these were in here and both felt excellent. Getting a Mana Rock with this early is great. Or Paradox Engine or One Ring, whichever one you might be missing at a time, and then this turning into any spell, even Force of Negation, even when your opponent knows about the Force of Negation now, is kind of reasonable when you're blitzing out this ultimate, plus all the other things those cards could potentially do. So, let me know what you thought about it. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Perhaps add some more white MDFCs? Well, unless they're untapped. Yeah, Maria's Call's probably fine. I don't think life total matters too much. I really don't think my life total matters too much. So, like, if you're dying, you're usually just straight up dead. Yeah, you could probably play a Maria's Call and just drop a Plains. I really don't hate that. Is that the only one? Oh, Witch Enchanter. Oh, yeah. Witch Enchanter is just a solid card in general. That's fine. I was running the funny one, Razor Glass, which could have come up. It could have come up. I suppose the same is true for... Why is that lit up? Is true for the blue ones as well. Just because of Subtlety, which I now have in here. Though this thing is funny. I mean, you could still put it in here, right? Change the target of a spell. It's not... Sometimes you're going to get the front side and everyone's going to laugh that it did something. Sink into Stupor, again, you know, just take out an island. Boop. It's perfectly reasonable. I get another card that could have just been in here after having not lost a bunch of life or whatever. I don't think I like Cavern here. Teferi tokens? Got you to Mythic when it's... What? Oh, you Standard Brawl. Wait, what? You just mean Standard in general. The only time I got to Mythic was like the first year of Arena, and I got to Mythic every month, and then I stopped because I thoroughly disenjoyed the grind to Mythic. It was not fun, especially when you see the same 4 decks all the time. Actually started to drive me insane. It's not why I play Magic. my competitive side can't handle the 16th mono red player in a row. It just literally drives me nuts. Was I missing any Mana Rocks? No, it's actually running more than I normally do because I made Pentad Prism. Pentad Prism's pretty good. I'm surprised I haven't played more with it. I guess the only time it's not great is in monocolored decks, but like here, You play it turn 2, untap, and you have 5 mana with the land, not 4. It's actually kind of nice. You could even play more proliferate cards. Pentad Prism alone almost makes me want to play Tamiyo again. Because you could proliferate spam it and have this, like, mana popping thing. A land that untaps other lands? Heh. I don't know why I'd want those. Oh, you're talking to... Oh, you're talking about the Karn's Bastion. No, I don't care to untap Karn's Bastion. You don't even need Karn's Bastion. Some would argue you shouldn't even run it. I did take out Kozilek's Command. You know? It's not like you're finding windows to tap it the first time. And if you ever do, you're probably not going to have mana to then untap it and do it again. It seems extremely unrealistic. It probably just shouldn't be in here. It really, I don't know. I mean, every 80 games, you'll activate it, and it might do something, but most of the time it doesn't. Same with Ral, Otter. It's in those decks sometimes, and I would say more often than not, they just wish it was a land that tapped for blue. So Karn's Bastion's just way too slow for Historic Brawl as a whole, but if you feel like it's not messing up your mana, then I go for it, I guess. I think it wasn't the... Yeah, it was the other one. Inventor's Fair was the reason why I lost to Atali. It wasn't the Karn's Bastion. If I had a third blue source, I would have just won. Alright.